Now, let's talk about Portugal. They could only manage a 1-1 draw against DR Congo to kick off their tournament. And, of course, Ronaldo played the entire game. Former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino wasn't too impressed by that.
I'm trying to be as kind as I can, but he was really off, and he just looks like time has caught up with him. He hasn't got the pace, he's not got the even energy to pick up the ball. Remember Ronaldo as that winger that just got the ball and drove at people. Okay, he's aged, he's not that type of player anymore, but he offered nothing to the Portuguese team. I can't believe Martinez kept him on. I'm thinking, this is your job. You want to keep friends with Ronaldo? Do you want to keep on his side? You've got to take people off. If that's the decision that improves the team or gives the chance of winning, you've got to make it as a manager. And I know he's announced he's going to leave at the end of this term, but it felt like it's a manager who's just going, I'm going to stay pals with my mate Ronaldo.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Tony Cascarino, who's on comms duty, by the way, for talkSPORT last night. Now, Bent, you said on Drive that Ronaldo could be the reason Portugal don't win the World Cup.
Well, listen, I echo everything that Tony Cascarino just said there. Like, first and foremost, we get it. We know how great Ronaldo's been. He's one of the greatest players of all time, right? But at some point, you have to make big decisions, and I get it. Whatever happens with Ronaldo, it's always a big story. If he doesn't start him, it's a huge story. Because he's one of the most... Not only he's one of the most famous people on the planet, first and foremost. He's one of the greatest footballers ever. He's got such a huge tribal following. I get it. But if he doesn't start, it's a story. You take him off at half-time, it's a story. He plays the whole game, it's a story. But yesterday, he just didn't offer anything. And we saw that. I saw that in the Euros. I did Portugal. I was fortunate enough to do Portugal quite a few times. And he offered them nothing. In possession, out of possession. You almost have to give it to him on a plate. And he's still, by the way, he's still lethal in front of goal. Like, that you can't take. That won't leave him. But when you look at some of the players they've got, Portugal, Vitinha, Neves, Bruno Fernandes...
waiting to play... Oh, I see, okay.
Playing at midfield.
Yeah.
I almost feel like some of these guys can't play their natural game because they try and find passes that are not even on. Like, they see Ronaldo make the run and they're thinking, well, do you know what? If I don't give it to him, he might have a moan up. I'll try it anyway. And it just looks so unbalanced and unnatural with him up top. Now, he can still be effective. You can still, if you start him, if you're going to start him in a game, fair enough. But if it's not working, you can take him off. Or in some games, if you want to start Gonzalo Ramos, you start him, and that's not working, you bring Ronaldo on. Because imagine it's 0-0 and the opposition team, and he's on the sideline ready to come on. Ronaldo, you go, oh my goodness, this is different.
Yeah.
And he might have a bit more pop.
20 minutes to go, Ronaldo coming on, you got problems.
A little bit
It takes a brave manager to drop him.
And that's why I do have a little bit of sympathy for Roberto Martinez. I know he's the gaffer, and he's got to have a little bit more...
Balls. He's got to have balls.
Yeah, about him.
Yeah.
But that's a decision that I don't think many managers would make. I mean, remember when Ten Hag did it? He got absolutely hammered for it, for taking... Was it Brentford? I think it was a game against Brentford. We took him off Ronaldo. Because if Ronaldo comes off yesterday after 60 minutes and starts throwing his shirt or his arms, that's another story itself.
Walks off down the tunnel, you can't do that.
I just think for Roberto Martinez, he has to... He's got to be brave enough to make a decision because a lot of people fancied Portugal in this World Cup.
After that, no way.
No, not at all.
Agree. Let's continue this chat. Join us now is Portuguese football expert Pedro Sepulveda. He joins us. Pedro, good morning to you.
Here in Miami, still good night, but good morning to you guys.
Good morning, good night, good afternoon. It's lovely to see you either way. I don't know if you heard our little chat there about Cristiano Ronaldo, but the overall feeling is we think it's a problem for the national side. What do you think?
Well, I just hear you, and there are some things that I agree, but there are others that I don't really believe that, for example, as you were mentioning, players like Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, João Neves, that they feel the obligation that they must give the ball or they must give that final pass to Cristiano and not to other players. I don't really think that at the level that the Portuguese national team is playing, things like that happen. I still think that Ronaldo should be in the starting 11 of Portugal, to be honest with you. I think he still has many things to give. Of course, today was a bad game for Portugal national team. It was not a Ronaldo bad game. It's important to mention because, of course, the focus will always be on Cristiano, but Bruno Fernandes, Vitinha, João Neves, players that we were talking, even the others, didn't make like a good game, to be honest with you. If you look at the chances that were created, the passes, the assists that normally Bruno tries to do, or the shots that Bruno normally, for example, try to do on United. He didn't did it on the game tonight of Portugal. The thing is, Ronaldo must start, but the things will never go the way that Roberto Martinez wants to go. And at that time, I really think that changes must happen. And nowadays, they don't happen. You mentioned Gonçalo Ramos, for example, which is a player that, in my opinion, should substitute Cristiano Ronaldo if the things are not on the way they should be. And of course, I won't say that it's not Roberto Martinez doesn't have the courage to do it. It's difficult. I completely understand because we are talking about a global star, as you mentioned, probably the most famous person in the world. But we are not talking about Cristiano Ronaldo World Cup. We are not talking about Lionel Messi World Cup. Of course, it's the last dance for both of them, probably. But I think the most important should be winning the competition. And for that, there are hard decisions that must be taken, which, in my opinion, are not being taken right now.
Pedro, I've got to ask you then, because do you think Ronaldo's had the impact? Not only, I know it's only one game in this tournament, but when you look back to the Euros in 2024, he didn't really have an impact in that tournament either. Is it up to Roberto Martinez to start making big decisions? And I understand what you're saying, that it is a big call to drop probably the most famous person on the planet. But for the good of the team, do you believe Portugal are good enough with Ronaldo to play every minute of every game to win this competition?
One thing, I think Ronaldo just starting, it affects the game because, of course, we are talking about one of the best players ever in the history of the sport. And I think every defender, when they know that they will play against a player like this, I'm not saying that they are worried, but the behavior of them, it's completely different than if they are playing against, for example, Gonçalo Ramos, with all the respect to Gonçalo Ramos, which is an amazing striker. But so I think Cristiano Ronaldo still has many things to give to Portugal in this World Cup. The thing is, the focus will be on him. It's obvious, but there are other players that must demonstrate and must give the performance that they normally give in their clubs. And tonight that fails. It was not Cristiano Ronaldo that fails, and that's why Portugal didn't win tonight against Congo. I think the whole team wasn't at their best, but I still think that Cristiano should start in the main 11 of Portugal, and I'm sure that Cristiano will make great things on this World Cup.
Pedro, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks for coming on the talkSPORT Breakfast Show.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thanks, man. That was our Portuguese football expert, Pedro Sepulveda. Do you think that this sounds horrible, but as blinded by that, because I'm not Portuguese, I can see the problem. You're not.
Yeah.
But I get it. Ronaldo's a god there, right?
I get it.
So it's like, how can you talk about dropping? But for the good of the game, it doesn't work.
I know you always compare them, and you have to, because they've been the two best players for the last 2 decades, right? But you look at the impact Messi's still having on that Argentina side,
and they love him. But
he's also, the way that he plays, it works well with the team. I just think yesterday for Portugal, and maybe the rest of the team didn't have their best of games, but again, I was there in 2024, where it just didn't work for Ronaldo in Portugal, and that's ultimately why they went out. And then he got a couple of years later, where he's a little bit older now, and I get it. If you create a chance for him, he will take goals. His finishing is still as good as they come. But I just think he doesn't have to play every minute of every game. You can make changes. You can take him off, give him a little bit of rest, and put him back in. Like, by you dropping him for the good of the team, no one will criticise you. You never know what could happen.
No.
Gonçalo Ramos is only 24.
Yeah, I hear you. It'll be interesting to see what happens for the next game, but I assume he'll be starting.